Hello everyone, today we are going to be going through my arts and crafts room and completely cleaning it up, decluttering, and reorganizing. So as you can see in the drawers, I just have a lot of pens and a lot of loose ends that I need to clean up. Over the years, I've just kind of thrown things in here, and so I need to actually take things out and decide what I really want to keep and what I can get rid of, and then what can be organized more efficiently so that I can find things better. So I will link all the organizational products that I am using, and also I have a Dreambox. That is what this whole big box is called. So I will leave a discount code as well. So I actually started organizing before I was recording, but that's why so many of the drawers are already taken out. But I did have things that were accumulating underneath the desk too, so I just need to go through some of these markers. I was testing a couple of them. Some of them are dried out, so I just ended up tossing the things that were dried out. So the easiest way for me to start was to go through drawers that I needed to go through and then start putting things in separate piles, like categories, and also a pile for getting rid of things too. Okay, so all those pens came out of a couple drawers. Yes, I have a lot of pens. No, they are not all pens that I have purchased. Some are sponsored, but I have purchased some of them. So now from here, I'm just gonna put them into separate piles so that I can categorize them a little bit easier and put them in drawers that actually make sense. Once I see a clear surface, then it's like a light at the end of the tunnel, and it gives me the motivation to just keep going. So from here, I'm going to go through my bin of metallic watercolors. These are from a ton of different makers. They're handmade metallic watercolors. So they're just kind of all scattered all over the place, and I need to go through them and just kind of condense them and put them into one bigger tin. I have a lot that are in a bunch of small sets, and they're just not organized, so that's what I'm going to do. So I also like to put some watercolors on I call it the magnetic watercolor wall on my Dreambox. It's just some colors that I want to test out or that are in a certain collection. And now from here, I'm going back through those markers that I have in piles on the ground, and I'm putting them in their separate categories. So like brush pens, just regular pens in another category, and that's how I have split them up. Also like miscellaneous pens that are like completely random and don't really have a category, I put them into one bin as well. A lot of times I like to take things out of the packaging because the packaging does take up a lot of space. But if it's something that I'm not going to use as frequently, then I do just keep it in the package because if I want to give it away to somebody if I'm not using it, it's a lot easier if it's already in a package. So this next bin has a lot of resin pieces that I use for like little water dishes, or I use them with watercolor. I use them in pictures. So they are really useful to me, but I did go through and get rid of some that I no longer use. This next bin is full of like stamping stuff, so I don't do too much with that, but occasionally I will. So I wanted to have one specific place for all of that stuff. Now underneath in this bin, I have a lot of bigger things that won't fit in the bins, or miscellaneous things that I do use, but they couldn't really fit into like a category. So that's kind of what I put down there. Just a bunch of random things. And then that big machine down there, that's actually a laser cutter and engraver. I just got it and I'm waiting on the storage cart that I'm using to be, that's where I'm going to put it. So I was waiting for that to get here. So I just moved it over to my other desk for now until I can put it on its storage cart. Next are my ceramic palettes, and I do have a full video on my ceramic palettes and water cups because yes, I do have a ton. And so you can watch that video if you are interested. Sometimes after I use them, I just kind of throw them back in there, and so it's a lot easier if they're stacked with the correct size pieces. That keeps them more organized. So I just had to go through and put them with the correct sizes. Now the water cups, I just took some of them out. There's a couple that I don't really use, or I don't really like them anymore, so I took a couple of the pieces out, and it made it a lot easier to fit everything else in there. And after all that, this is the final outcome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. I know I went through that super fast, so let me know if you have any questions down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.